Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start this video with another question for you guys, and I want you to comment down below if you think this particular situation is fair or not. Let's say you're a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer, you're working towards that 1,000 follower, the 1,000 subscriber mark, maybe you're grinding towards 10,000, 100,000, all right? For this situation, it doesn't matter. Well, let's say, you're grinding in a video game, you're progressing in a story, you're leveling up your character, you're interacting with your audience on Twitch, you're interacting with your comment section on YouTube, you're just putting hours upon hours in creating, editing videos, whatever it is, and all of a sudden, a 2-second clip of a music piece that is owned by a large record label company, it plays for 2 seconds. Well, now, due to this new bill being passed, you can not only be fined, but sent to literal prison over it. Now, is that fair? What's going on, everybody? Cryptix. And we're going to be talking about this 5,000-paged plus bill that is in the midst of being adjusted. It was just actually about to be passed, then Trump vetoed it. I'm not going to get into all the nitty-gritty details, but it's the same bill that is giving Americans apparently $600, which, once again, that's going to be adjusted, hopefully, because no one can actually live off of $600. I mean, just think about rent. I mean, maybe if you're living in, maybe a south, in the States at least, a southern state, and you're living maybe in a shed, maybe it's affordable. If you're living on the East Coast, you can maybe buy a banana or something with that type of money. But long story short, it's the same bill that also is going to incorporate some type of DMCA act. All right, now let's break this down, right? So you got this 5,000-page bill. Aside from the ridiculous amount of money that they're going to send Americans, which is little to none in this type of country and the way we operate, it also has this DMCA Act. Now, this DMCA Act is essentially going to put people in prison and siphon money out of piracy websites. Now, I'm all for, basically piracy websites being fined because they are, in fact, doing something illegal in terms of, maybe pirating videos or video games or movies, music, etc., etc. They're doing something illegal. But streamers, particularly Twitch streamers, because a lot of the things that can occur along with DMCA are unpredictable when you're streaming a video game, right? But even the YouTubers, it doesn't matter. If you're a content creator and this bill gets passed, at least the DMCA portion in the state that it's in, you're in fact going to have a legal case posed on you if a hint of a particular piece of music is even reminiscent or similar to music owned by Warner Media or another record label company, right? Now, Warner Media comes to mind because I've, in fact, had some situations where they've copyright claimed, in fact, even copyright struck some of my old videos on my main channel, which has 120,000 subs. And long story short, they take the money, even if, the music is similar to the music that they own. So I actually fell under, DMCA prior to the bill, and obviously I'm not going to prison for it because the bill wasn't passed at that point in time. But I was, had background music that was similar to music that they owned, and they took the money from the videos that I basically created. I created these videos. I, edited the videos. Now, I understand, if it were a direct music piece from one of those multimedia companies, but it was a song that was similar to what they owned, okay? And, I played the music, and this is just my own personal piece, I guess my own personal story, but yeah, I played, the music that they said it was similar to, and it didn't even sound remotely the same. But long story short, I really couldn't fight it because of YouTube's awful copyright system. But now if this law gets passed, I could actually be having some type of legal case posed against me because of the music that I play in the background of my videos, all right, which is pretty ridiculous. So this new DMCA Law Act is, of course, going to be able to take money from the, torrent websites and the pirated websites that have illegal streamed movies and stuff like that, but it's also going to hurt streamers and content creators in particular. Now, let's just bring up that example in the beginning of the video, right? let's say you're a Twitch streamer, because I feel like Twitch, they're really getting hit hard, in fact, with their own DMCA system. Like, they're trying to basically make it easy for content creators to delete music from their streams, but it's just not working out, basically. Long story short, a lot of streamers play video games, and they create their own original content by playing the video game, right? Like, they are creating their own original videos by playing maybe Cyberpunk, maybe playing Call of Duty, maybe playing NBA 2K, maybe playing Fortnite, Warzone, you get the picture. Well, in some of these video games even, there's music that just randomly plays. Like, if you go into Cyberpunk into a car, you're going to be playing music from the radio. Well, some of that music is DMCA owned, right? Like, it's owned by multimedia companies. They could literally, in fact, strike your Twitch channel or sue you if you have that music in your stream. And it's just so mind-boggling, because when you're streaming a video game like that, it's unpredictable, right? So it seems like, basically that video games from here on out are not only going to have to license the music and make sure that it's able to be played on stream, which maybe even in fact costs more money, in turn makes it more expensive for us to pay for the video game. But the main reason as to why this is even being passed is because, well, Warner Media is telling the politicians, hey, if you pass this bill, we'll be able to pay you guys money. We'll be able to, basically like send you guys like royalties or whatever it is to you, the politicians, for passing this bill, because we can make a ton of money off of creating legal cases on, of course, the pirated websites, but also Twitch streamers and YouTubers. That's how crazy this situation is. And it's not even that deep. Like, this happens all the time with politicians and lobbyists, but this is particularly going to focus on content creators as well as the pirated websites. Now, my whole thing with this whole situation is that if YouTubers create, their own content, and yeah, maybe they take like a J. Cole or Drake song, right? Like, yeah, maybe they should get, copyright claimed or whatever because it's a direct song. But in my scenario, I had a song that was similar to some of the music that Warner Media owned, and I got claimed. So imagine if this DMCA bill gets passed and they could actually sue individual content creators, the little guys in the grand scheme of things, and send that money to whoever they want. They could keep it for themselves. They can send it to the politicians that passed this bill. It is quite honestly ridiculous that this is not being fought. This particular portion of the bill is not being fought, right? Like, I get the whole $600 stimulus. I believe that should be fought as well. That's the main focus for the American people. I get it. But if you consume content on YouTube, if you create content on YouTube, if you consume content on Twitch, if you create content on Twitch, this all affects you. This affects every single person that I just mentioned. If the bill is in the current state and gets passed, it's going to create a lot of issues with content creation, because like I said before, you don't have to play an exact music replica of Drake or even Drake's music. You can have a song similar to Drake and fall within this DMCA bill. It is going to be an awful future for content creating if this bill does get passed. Now, I do have to create a little counter claim to this whole point, because a lot of people are going to say, well, Cryptix, you can create your own music. Well, yeah, I could, but there's also on YouTube a music curated playlist that you can play, and you can have that in the background. You can also download the MP3 files that YouTube legally owns and has for content creators to use in background music, and that's what I've been doing. But I just really feel for the Twitch streamers and the people that are live streaming on YouTube, and maybe a song unpredictably comes on within their video game. They are going to get slammed, guys. It is definitely not a good look for content creation if this bill and this portion does actually get passed without any adjustments. I mean, even lawyers have looked at this. Like, there's videos of lawyers literally going through word for word with a fine tooth comb, just going through this portion of the bill and saying, yeah, this is not good. Like, Twitch streamers could literally go to jail for this or get fined immensely. And it's just unfortunate because when you look at the proportion of everything, like I stated in the beginning, you could be spending thousands of hours creating your own content, editing a video, creating just live streaming services essentially through your own channel. If you play 2 seconds as opposed to your thousands of hours grinding, working, creating your own content, if you play 2 seconds, maybe even 4 seconds of a music piece, you fall within this act and you could be punished immensely. It just doesn't seem right, and it just doesn't seem fair to me. So I hope you all did enjoy this video. Drop a like, subscribe, and definitely comment down below your thoughts. I need to know what you guys think about this entire situation. I'm hoping we get more than $600. I'm hoping that this bill, specifically the DMCA portion, gets adjusted as well. And at the end of the day, I just hope that, the government can actually just cooperate and adjust certain things that are going to hurt the American people. I'm Cryptix, looking forward towards a $2,000 stimulus. That would be nice. And signing off.